Welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. You already know what it is. It's nice out today. So, just doing a little thinking. And things really baffle my mind sometimes, right? Like, a lot of things I'm seeing, other people are seeing. Like, I remember I made a video recently where I was talking about how the sun sets, that way, and New York is that way, right? I always show y'all the skyline. So one day I'm outside going to do what I do, and the sun's setting, but there's a big orange fucking lights over New York, like in the back of it, like it's like the sun's coming up. And I said, I wonder how long before I see, someone else see these things, because most things anyone sees, someone's already seen it where they're from. We just, what the fuck? Yo, what is wrong with niggas? Like, I swear this place is weird as hell, bro. I be seeing like trash nights and shit, and I be like, yo, why do people do this to their own neighborhood? I don't get it. Like, I know all the people's jobs to come clean up, but it's like, damn, bro. Anyway, so I seen it somewhere else. Online, some lady or some guy was showing it from some other state. And they were like, yo, look how beautiful that is. Look at the light. And then they was like, they got it off dope, though. He's like, look how beautiful, look at the sky. Yeah, but there's one problem. The sun's all the way in back of me. What the fuck is that light? Why is there an orange light over there? I was like, yo, that's nuts, bro. I said, whatever's going on is going on and everywhere. Like, everyone's seeing weird shit in the sky and all these things. Now, that's not particularly what I want to talk about, but it is. What I want to talk about is something I've been noticing for a while, and it slipped my mind of exactly all the little things. And, but it's a topic I've thought of for a couple of years now, because I think I see it happening, but I could be mistaken. It could be I'm just thinking too much. Now, as of my journey of finding who my enemy really is and what people are doing and all of that stuff, I started like learning what they do to defeat. And when I seen that my enemy always poisons motherfuckers and calls treaties and shit, all that bullshit, and then they poison niggas, they stab niggas in the back and shit, you know what I mean? And then I started looking at my enemy and what they're doing to themselves. And I said, are they really using the tricks that they did to my pappy and my grand? Why are they doing those tricks to themselves? I don't understand. It don't make sense. Perfect example. I'm going to take something very light. Scientists and the Lord agree the sun is one of the most important things in this reality. Everything that's living, it helps to live. It gives energy and stuff, right? It helps you. And for years, being poor and having white friends and stuff and not growing up racist, I've noticed things like when we would go to the beach, everybody would put sunblock on, right? And I used to think to myself, like, should I wear sunblock? Because they say it block the UV rays and all that dumb shit, right? But then I said, I've always been outside. Other people have always been outside. Always. And if science is right and, you know, we were living in the forest and all of that, and all over the world and people, we didn't have sunblock back then, right? So what the fuck are you talking about? Why do we need something that is it? Why? And then recently, I stumbled across this thing, and this white guy was like trying to tell other white people, like, don't use sunblock. This shit causes cancer. And I said, wait up. All right, now when I go to thinking about what, like being in the community of spirituality and learning about what they did and like the African movement and all this, when you get into the cesspool of that, where people just pop shit and everything, that's one of the known jokes that they always say, like, oh, you think you're tough? I could walk outside and the sun love me, the sun kill your ass. Niggas always say that shit. And then that white boy said that, and I said, wait up, is the sun killing him or is the sunblock killing him? Because white people been around for a long time. I don't know how long they've been here, but I don't remember them putting on sunblock back in the Middle Ages and shit, you know what I mean? So I was like thinking to myself, my enemy uses tricks like that on us, and everywhere they go, everywhere they conquer, that's how they do niggas. And I said, but why they do that to their own? They convinced their people to wear sunblock. Because you got to think about it. Like, before they made it, they never taught, you know, get it? They had to advertise this shit. They had to say, do this. And then I match that with other things that I learned from scientists, like your skin is an organ and your pores need to breathe. You need to have like the openings in your, you know what I mean? You need to absorb the environment and stuff. And I always thought to myself, well, they're putting on lotion and this and that because they have money, they have the best, so they can get all these products. But all these products cover all their pores and all their things and stuff, right? And then I started thinking to myself, another joke that the people make, black people make about, well, we like 30, y'all look like 80 and shit and all that and blah, 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 right? And I was thinking to myself, well, we poor, so that means, you know, we ain't gonna get to use products as much as they do, but we're gonna still use them, right? And then I said, maybe it's the products or something. You know what I mean? Because scientists find out things are okay to use, but we haven't got to the stage where everything's been used. So you got to start thinking about how you're putting multiple products in and outside of your body, and all that combines to a new thing. And, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. So then I thought about like the fast food restaurants and all these things when I go out and see statistics and people online and TV or anything. And you know, their weight, they eat they're overweight, a lot of them, and you know what I mean? And I'm like, but they have the money. Don't they know that this is a trick? Like, their people are the ones that do these things. This is what they do. Like, chitlins and fucking pig's feet and all that slave food, they made us, that was the leftover shit. What do you think McDonald's and all that shit is? It's not real food. It's the leftovers of, you get it? It's not actually got to be leftovers, but my point is, it ain't the good shit. It ain't the good shit. The slaves always eat the bad shit. And when I look at it, when I think, and all the places I've been and stuff, like, I just look around and I'm like, yo, they're literally destroying themselves. I don't understand. Just like when I found out and I started studying food, right? Like when you start studying food and you start seeing what food is good and what food's bad and all this, and you actually start looking at it, you'll find out that so many traditional plates of food are fucking bad for you. Or your pasta, the greenies, and all of these things, the baked ziti and the all the things that we make as dinners as our little culture and shit. Like black people's is just, our shit is just completely bad. We know it. But I thought y'all shit was good. You know what I mean? So I went and, you know, and I looked it up and I'm like, yo, they shit is bad for them too. That shit cause cancer. It give all these, and it shows, the results show when you look around at majority of people in any race. I mean, a lot of people are starting to get overweight and sloppy and shit, and it's because of the food we eat. It's not like you can't think of that. It's not like you're, like everybody's coming up with these dysmorphias and I'm big because of this, and no nigga, I'm skinny, more skinnier than I should be, and you're more overweight than you should be because of the things we put in our mouths and don't put in our mouths. Get it? You're either too fat or you're fucking skinny. And I'm like, yo, what's really going on here? Like I've always said it, always. The devil understands the game. Like the spirit thing, whatever its name really is, the one that's really running shit, he knows the game. He tried to defeat the Lord, so he knows he's gonna lose. He already lost that battle, so he knows he's gonna lose the ultimate battle. And that's why the earth realm, that's why they wanted to come here. You don't get why Satan and all the angels wanted to come here that fell. Because they lost the fucking war. They were about to be locked up there. They escaped. They escaped going to jail for a little bit. My father says this lifetime is a blink of an eye down here. Where they were, that's a long time. And that's why they got the fuck out of there and said, yo, dog, we followed this dumbass nigga. Now we gotta buy more time. We need more time. I didn't know my free will in going against God would mean I'm only gonna exercise my freedom for a certain amount of time, and then I get an eternity sentence because I don't die. Get it? When you get life as a man, you get life and then you die. When you get life as a fucking angel, you don't die, so you gotta be in jail till you die. But you don't die, so you got life. That's what they're trying to escape. They're trying to escape eternity. They don't get life sentences, they get eternity sentences because they're not gonna die, get it? Now, this is what made me understand the snake eating itself. Like whenever you see the snake in a circle and it's eating the tail, it's because, to me, I could be wrong, they say it's a representation of all these different things. To me, it's the representation of the cycle of evil. Evil has to eat itself. It can't fuel off anything else because you're repelled against goodness. So you have to you're going to feed off yourself eventually. So as the snake grows into the circle is the time that it destroys everyone else. But once it goes to that full circle, there's no one left to conquer. So now you conquer yourself. Get it? How did Rome fall? Rome was superpower. How did all these places from all these ancient times fall? They were powerful just like now. I mean, we got nukes and shit, but they had million-man armies and arrows and other people didn't. It's the same equivalent. And they all fell. Why? Because my father's real. And my father said a house divided cannot stand on its own. Which leads me to believe and think in my head, who really runs the show then? It ain't them. It can't be. Why would they do that to their own everyday ones they sent here? The ones you see now are the descendants of the people that came to conquer. Get it? Fought all these great wars and all that. And now they're the worker drones. Now they're the ones, you know, needing transplants and all of these different things because of the food and the environment. And they're dying early and stuff. Like, unless they're making all these statistics and all these different things up around the world, like, like they keep every time I pop in every 5 years and go look up about them, they keep talking about their birth rates are dwindling and shit and all. And I'm like, yo, y'all don't know why y'all birth, and they always act like they don't know why. I don't understand why the birth rate and all that. I figured that shit out back in the day with my dude Danny. Remember Danny? Remember when I told you? I said, yo, you know why I think y'all burning out? Why y'all can't have kids as much? Because y'all were, like, if you go back to, like, Alexander the Great days and all the days from Grandpappy and shit, y'all were having y'all women have massive babies at massive, to take land, you need more people. Sound the fucking horns. And so you have to get more people. So, yous weren't the biggest nation back then. So to take these places, you had to keep having people, conquer people, have babies, and then scientists, kind of prove now that if you keep, like, if a man just keeps having babies, right? And then you get to a certain age, everything about man eventually evaporates and withers down. That's just the way life's going. And then if you're having babies at a drunken state, drugs and all these different things, the babies you breed are not going to be as strong. You're changing your DNA and shit. You're changing your shit. Well, they've been allowed to get away with, like, doing everything, and then they get caught, and then they don't go to jail. Get it? Like, all the extra punishment they did to us and all the other people, you go to jail for this and you go to jail for that, and then they don't. Well, then that's one more DNA they're going to destroy themselves, because when they have the next kid, he never gets in trouble for his shit. So he's gonna keep doing all that shit, and then they're going to have kids. And then they keep weakening their own fucking... You get it? Now I'm looking around and they're... Because they have everything and don't know what to do, or... These, like, you ever look at some of them, like, go watch the, like, Twitch shit I be trying to tell y'all about. These dudes be frail as hell, make mad bread and shit, and I'm like, yo, bro, I don't get it. I'm over here skinny as fuck, but it's because I can't eat. I can't pay for it. These niggas is rich, and these niggas live like they're fucking bums. Get it? The same shit I say about the dressing up thing. If you're middle class and you're not making yourself look decent, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with people where they don't take, like, it's not even pride in yourself. What the fuck did you get money for? Get it? What the fuck is the point? Oh yeah, y'all get money to feel cool and talk tough and shit, and I take a girl and like, it's stupid as hell. And it's like, I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings with this video, because they honestly do it to everybody. But, like, seriously, like, I'm not saying this to hate on anyone at all. I'm saying this because I noticed these certain things, from the food to like a lot of their American dishes and stuff. When you really go and look up this shit and you see the science behind it and all these things, you'll see why they're, like, hurting in the health department. And then with the birth rate thing, I could be wrong, I'm not a scientist, but like I said about the warrior thing, when they were taking over, they were having massive birth rates, and it was a mandatory. You don't understand, back then, when a king said something, you did it, and there was no question. Just, oh yeah, sort of like now, but, you know, sort of. And scientists say, you know, if you keep on doing something too much to the human body, you eventually wear it down. So I think of, as of speed growth, trying to catch up to everybody else and take over and get a bigger population, that kind of like burnt they shit out. Now I could be wrong, because I don't know. I'm only going off of what these people, they're scientists and in Europe and America, well, they could be lying to make niggas, you know, have something to talk about. But I don't know, like, maybe the birth decline is because they don't want to have children like back in the day. Like I said, the brainwashing effect, what they did to us, they do to them. Their kids love hip hop and the fucking Satanism shit too. Get it? Satan don't want the black man to have children. See, everything that they do to us has always been so we don't have children. And if we do, they want the child to be poisoned with you under sin or you with poison in your body, like these cigarettes. Get it? Because they know the fucking prophecy. They know it says, the Lord said, my children are gonna birth someone and they're gonna follow the law. And then I'm gonna choose him to ride him like a fucking donkey. Sound the horns. So how do they stop the one from coming? Just keep everybody under sin. Because the Lord said, I won't allow you to have the one come. You can have babies, but I won't ride them. So either one of you have to be already alive and you have to maximize the law and do it and walk it, and then he'll choose you. Or, you know, a new one's going to have to come. But if we're all born under sin and have all these fucked up things in us, there's so many ways to stop the one from coming. Don't y'all realize this? This is what everything's about. Just like another thing I learned recently. Since, you know, I'm Master Window and I studied everybody's culture. Everybody's culture has the same story. Like I keep saying, we all have multiple gods. And then there's Big Dog, my daddy. And everybody sound the horns. And it's all the same story. So that lets me know either the chosen people have been all over this planet redoing and you know preaching and teaching the whatever, and then everybody wrote it down in their own language, and then it's all the same fucking story. Or every race of people on this planet, we all had chosen people that God chose to speak to everyone and tell him about them. Get it? Cause how's everybody have the same fucking stories? Everybody literally has the same story. The only story that's different, and only thing that makes it different, is the Israelite story. We look up to the big G. Everybody else looks up to the demigods. Forgot where I was, I had to pause real quick, but seriously, it's really ridiculous in the world how they divided everybody so much, how easily they got it off by telling everybody the same story and then using the truth. See, this is how smart the devil is, my big brother. Y'all gotta start looking at Satan and demons and everything like you know, that's why I call myself Master Windu. My father is their father. So in spirit, if we all have a spirit and we all go back to the Father, then that means they're our brothers and sisters. They're dummies that chose to be bad. Get it? This is why I don't get mad at people long terms, because I understand evil. You wanted to be good. Evil lied to you, souped your punk ass up that things are gonna work out this way. You were weak and you believed it, and now you're stuck on the other team. That's all it is, bro. Like, I'm not beat. Evil can't recruit other niggas without hitting them with the greatest lie of all. Like, the greatest lie of all Satan used on the angels was, you're not free. He rules over you like a tyrant. No, he told you, I made reality. I made you to do this. Don't go outside of that because I have to punish you. Period. I don't care how you feel. It's the law of reality. If you go outside of the law of reality and you do what you want, you're going to ruin the perfect thing that my daddy made. You want it? You think it's unfair? Go make your own existence. Oh yeah, you can. Just like man. Man had to take land from each other. Certain men. Just like Satan There was nothing left to take. Most High owns everything in heaven. There is nothing left to create, because you know he won't, because he ain't dumb. He'll do it when he wants to. And that makes the Satan mad. Like, oh, I want to be the God. Don't y'all get it? That's why it's easy to know who his children are, because you're going to do what your daddy did. You don't have a choice. You think good is evil. You think evil is good. That's why I don't get mad at you. I actually feel sorry for you, because although like evil people get the trinkets and the money in this time, it's all about how you really feel about yourself at the end of the day. See, I'm broke, but I feel like a king because I live righteously. I do what I believe in, what I know to be true. As far as I get in life, it's because of me. You get it? I can have pride and self-confidence in what I do, no matter how far I go, because I do it. You get it? And then, you know, we're all aware of the tricks and the haters and all of that. Rev them engines. And that's why I'm like, evil people lose, because you live miserable lives at the end of the day, and then you die and you go to the pit.